Hello guys, we are going to do exponent rules here. Make sure that you write the title, exponent rules and reviewing exponent rules. So let's go ahead and get started with the first example. 3 to the 4th power. 3 to the 4th power means that we have 3 4 times. We have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's what the 3 to the 4th power tells us. And I'm going to do this math real quick in my head just because I enjoy math. So that's going to be 9 times 9, which is 81. So our answer, and answer number 1, is 81. I'm going to go ahead and let you do number 2. You can do number 2 on your own. Now let's go ahead and move on to number 3. 6 to the 0 power. This one's a little bit tricky, but there's a key rule here that we need to learn, and I hope you write this down. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. So here on number 3 we have 6 to the 0 power. Therefore our answer is 1. Now let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Number 4 has 10 to the 0 power. Again, anything to the 0 power is 1. So number 4 equals 1. I'm going to go ahead and let you do number 5. You do number 6. Make sure you write these down in your notebook or on the sheet of paper, whichever you have. Now let's look at number 7. Take a minute to look at number 7. What is xy to the 0 power? I'm trying to trick you here. Don't let me trick you. Well, anything to 0 power is 1. So the answer is just 1. Again, I was just trying to trick you there by throwing variables. I'm gonna go ahead and let you do number 8 and you do number 9. So if you feel free, pause the video, go ahead and try those real quick, knock them out as we go with the video. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Remember, if you need me to repeat something, just rewind the video. That's really nice about being able to have these videos online. Let's go ahead and do multiplying powers. Again, if you do not have this, please be sure you're writing it down along with me. Multiplying powers. This is the name on Delta Math, by the way. So if you have Delta Math, you can use these examples to help you on Delta Math. Let's go ahead and do number 10. X to the 3rd times x to the 4th. This is where we really got to practice our rules. Technically, x to the 3rd is x times x times x, because x to the 3rd tells us we have x 3 times. Now let's look at x to the 4th. Now we're multiplying x to the 4th. So I got x times x times x times x. I have x 4 times. That's what x to the 4th tells me. So, in conclusion, how many x's do we have all together when we're multiplying them? We have 7. So our answer here is x to the 7th power. Here, when you're multiplying powers, all you need to do is add the exponents. That is how we do this one, because you're just putting them together, so you just add the exponents. So here we could have said x3 plus 4 gives us x to the 7th. Either one works. I like the visualization right here, kind of thinking about it like x to the 3rd, x to the 4th. But if you like, that you have to remember that you gotta add the exponents, you can do it that way. Either way works. So go ahead and try number 11 real quick. Pause the video, try it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Y to the 2nd. So that's gonna be 2 y's. Again, I like to draw it out just because that's my preference. And then y to the 6th. That's gonna be 6 y's. And that's supposed to be a multiplication symbol. So in total, how many y's do I have? I have y, oops, I did not draw those correctly. Let me fix that mistake real quick. I was supposed to put 2 more there because that was supposed to be 6. So in total, we have y to the 8. Y to the 8th. Again, you could have just added the exponents because that's our rule. 2 plus 6. Y equals y to the 8th. Like that. And make sure that you're writing it as an exponent and not right beside it, because that one looks like it's right beside it, the one I just did. I'm going to go ahead and let you try number 12. I'm not going to go over it with you because I kind of want to move on. Let's look at number 14. You can do number 13 as well. Go ahead and try number 14. This one is a little bit different because I have this 2 in the front and this 4 right here. But remember, guys, we are multiplying, so all we have to do is multiply. So I'm going to do 2 times 4, and I'm going to do x to the 3rd times x to the 6th. Notice that I'm combining like terms. The 2 and the 4 are coefficients, the x to the 3rd and x to the 6th have a common base. So I'm going to do these both separately. 2 times 4 is 8, and then x to the 3rd times x to the 6th, well, that's going to be x to the 3rd plus 6, which gives me x to the 9th. So my final answer is going to be 8x to the 9th. Again, make sure that you're writing it like an exponent. This marker I'm using is kind of difficult to use. So that's the answer for number 14. Go ahead and try 15, and we'll do it together in just a second. So pause the video. Try 15. All right. So I hope you paused the video. We're going to go ahead and review it. Here is -3, and here's 4. So those are my coefficients in front, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply them. I'm going to say -3 times 4. A negative and a positive is a negative. 3 times 4 is 12. And now I'm going to do the ones with common base. Y to the 2nd times y to the 6th. Again, they have the same base and I'm being multiplied, so I'm going to say 2 plus 6. That's y to the 8th. So my final answer, I'm going to write that all together, is going to be -12 y to the 8th. All right. So that's kind of all we do here multiple times. It's just kind of write it that way. Notice that on number 17, I'm trying to trick you here. What's a little bit different about number 17? Ask yourselves, why does 17 look different from 15? Well, all I gave you was parentheses. Parentheses still mean multiplication, so you're doing the exact same thing. Here we're going to do x to the 2nd times x to the 3rd, because those are common bases. And then we're going to combine our y's. Y times y. Notice that you have one y here and one y here. Even though we don't see a 1 in the exponent, it is implied that they have a 1, technically. But we just don't write it. So let's do x to the 2nd times x to the 3rd. Again, because we're multiplying, we're going to add the exponents. That's going to give us x to the 5th. And then we have y to the 1 plus 1 gives us y to the 2nd. So here our final answer is going to be x to the 5th and y to the 2nd, like that. It's not too tricky when I throw two variables at you. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Put it in the comments or join my online session that I will be providing later on. Make sure you're checking your Canvas and email to get those updates. Thank you. Do the rest of the worksheet. Make sure you copy these down. Pause the video and copy these down if you don't have the worksheet. So just copy through number 24. So make sure that you get all those problems. Have a good day, guys. Miss you.